Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Mr. Bad Guy's Wild Ride number 16. In our first match here, we got Worth on that Asuka, that old reliable. We've seen Worth around a few times here at the Wild Ride, but we also got FGC Casual on the right-hand side of the screen, currently on that Johnny. Worth might be fighting an uphill battle here, but Worth is, kind of dominating the space right now. Look at the Mulligan Super, getting all of those cards refreshed, a little bit of that mana back from that auto regeneration. However, FGC Casual needs to find that opening, and that's mana's gone, so we might actually be dead here in like a couple hits.
In 2 interactions, you might just die here. Oh, a nice counter in 6-Pedo, get some mana back. We ain't dying just yet. We still got some fight in us. Counter the card super, but it does not hit them. They blocked it, but counter Fire Slash. Oh shit! Okay. We don't do the combo. We reset like crazy, or we just drop it. But either way, we take the first round. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's definitely something I feel like how most Asuka matchups go. It's, Asuka's dominating for the first few bits of the round, and then, suddenly you got no mana, you got no cards, and you got no life because you're just getting mixed up in the corner.
It's hell sometimes. It's tough in these trenches for Asuka sometimes, but we ball.
We're balling indeed. I guess we could say, we're cubing, here with Asuka, unfortunately getting that burst baited. Gonna be getting stuck to that wall with no mana. So this, what's my name is gonna be saying, what's the damage looking like? That's gonna be a bunch of it. Not as much as I thought it was going to, but again, that's one more interaction to death, and alright.
We failed to grab. That, I don't know what we did there, but we burned through so much meter and a super to take the first game. Alrighty then. What was that? That was...
That was gap. just right there, that was gap. And we're not going to talk about how I forgot to grab the replay. We don't need to talk about that.
We're getting mixed in our own stream.
Hey, it's been a week. It has been a week. That's my defense.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Shit happens. But
It's
either
real.
way.
Duel 1.
On the game 2 here, round 1. Ooh, it counts as 6 speed. Nice. Good shit.
Yeah, and this is what Worth's definitely looking for, just to lock FGC Casual down, because, Casuals kind of showed us that the second Asuka kind of fumbles here, like fumbles on offense, defense, any situation really. It's a little bit of that Johnny magic, a little bit of that player skill coming out. Just, really able to play some suffocating Johnny pressure.
Oh, tries to stealth for a opponent, but they get sniped by K Mistfinder. Even though the health deficit is not in Casual's favor, they can easily turn around by breaking mana, and they do! And this looks like much more in Casual's favor. One hit, and they can win again like previous rounds before. All you just need to do is hold out until, Asuka loses their mana. 2 more hit, and the K Mistfinder does it. God damn. I'm talking like a madman. Ugh.
Yeah, I think it's because we have Frisian on the background. It's a much more chill vibe to the match here. Yeah, really good. Some nice routing going from, Worth, not able to get the full route off the page spell, but we still have that corner presence, so it's a-okay. Getting that 50 meter on the side of FGC Casual, baits out that wire seat. Just the nice awareness there on that offense. Just gotta be wary of when your opponents are going to want to try to just spend those resources to force an escape. And, Dr. Doom, you had mentioned before that, these are your homies. So I kind of expect them, have that bit of a knowledge of how each other want to play, just innately.
Yeah. That very much is true. Also, I do love Dashi's comment of Yu-Gi-Oh player versus I say the Blade player.
Hold on.
I love that.
Hold on, what do you mean? Yu-Gi-Oh! I studied the blade. Alright.
That's funny as fuck. I mean, Johnny did study the blade. What can I say? Bro did study the blade.
He did.
Oh.
Also, thank you, FGC Casual, for the follow here as we're getting into Game 3, where FGC Casual, speak of the devil, is currently on the verge of a 3-0. Just needs to find one more one more clean win, honestly, which we've been seeing, you know, just using those misfinders to deal with those cubes. I feel like that's just a strength Johnny has in this matchup to make it a lot easier.
Yes, very much. But you have to be careful with being minus 15 on block.
I'm always just thinking the image where it's like, you know, oh no, I'm minus 15, oh, I'm so punishable.
I'm so punishable. I'm gonna lose the game. No. Please, Daisuke, I need a buff. I need this.
Well, you know, we're looking at the footage right now. We might be seeing Johnny, you know, getting some buffs there. Cannot be thrown, you know, Worth cooking up, sending FGC Casual to the next round. Not dead just yet. We got the hand to make stuff happen, especially when we can and just throw those cubes out whenever we need to, but we first need to escape that corner. And FGC Casual is just showing a masterclass in, you know, just how to keep Asuka jailed in.
FGC Casual, she is very much a very good player on like getting in and has very good setups, but I feel like there are times where they do setups too much and not let full combo fly. Like right there, they could easily got a combo off, but I think they just didn't realize it. Because I think that was a counter to West. But yeah, it's all good though.
In those kind of single hit confirmed scenarios can be a bit hard to look for, especially on like, you know, maybe not the S normals, but especially on like your 5K, 2K normals. You know, those can be hard to look for. So there's kind of situations you have to just kind of hope that it hits or just kind of know that it's going to hit. But speaking of hitting, you know, we're seeing a lot of those Death by 1,000 cuts from FGC Casual. And again, just using those misfinders, keeping Worth jailed in that corner. Worth able to escape out, and ooh, what a nice jump over that card there. Just nice awareness on what the size of that hitbox is going to be.
Very much indeed, but I don't think they'll live to see tomorrow because, oh, it doesn't kill! They got mana just in time to survive that, but they're one hit away. They use burst, they're saying out cubes, they're getting that hand, that deck ready. We got a good deck here. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to speak. That's just tragic. You set up all those cards, have them ready, and FGC Casual's like, yeah, I'll just roll up my card.
Here's the ticket to losers bracket, buddy.
Oh my god.
And here we are. In our next match here, we got Logiman on that Axel, and then we got Judex on that Slayer, looking just to rush on in, get past all of those chain sickles, and a nice counter hit K-Mappa is gonna let us get started, getting that quick wall break. Gonna get that positive bonus, refilling all that meter to 100. Axel's gotta make something happen, can't be letting Slayer run rampant. We go for the hero burst.
The hero burst. And it might work out actually because we're getting some good hits in, good combos. Trying to mix in. Oh, the mix up from Judex. And I just gotta say this. Judex is looking hella fly with that color for a Slayer. I love a nice yellow coat. That looks hella nice.
It's very nice, you know, it's got that drip to it. You know, it also works out pretty well. You know, you gotta have that fly, you gotta have that really nice look, you gotta look real nice as you're just bashing Axel into the wall and sending Logiman into the next game. Judex claiming the first game of their own winners side match.
Righty then. Judex fucking it up right now. Okay, sorry. I just got a DM from actually no, I should not say out DMs. Oh good. I'll keep that to myself. But anyway, moving on to the second round here. Ooh, a nice counter JS there. Or from Logiman. Just keeping Judex away and where they want them to be. Either it's close up or far away. Never neutral. Never neutral when it comes to Axel. Ooh, nice counter 2D.
Yeah, it's going to put us in a rough situation there where we either have to eat a bunch of damage and get sent through the wall and let Slayer positive bonus, or we save burst, or we just burst out there. And it looks like it worked out well for us because we ended up blocking that like that full screen super Mappa hunch, where we have that enough meter to get that full route, and that is going to be Judex taking another round. Hold on, I just realized, is this a music change or no? No, this still sounds like the Balloon soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one from Isekai. That one. I love that song. It's so good. Yeah. Good to hear Isekai. And they have such good soundtracks. You need to listen to them.
Oh, go for that
no.
super mappa. He's gonna death free. Have to force that burst there. Judex went for that burst bait, not finding its mark just yet. Logiman has a chance, spends that burst there on that 2P mash. Nice decision there. Forces Judex to play a bit of that slower neutral game plan just to get around. Logiman masterfully keeping Slayer out. Nice YRC on that 2H.
Oh, but the 5P and the close slash will take it out. Oh, nay.
Oh no.
That's another point on the board for Judex right there. That is tragic. The 2P
Hey, and sometimes
anti-air.
that's how that goes.
Yeah, I hate 2P anti-air personally, but that's just me. Maybe it's because I get hit by it so much, but either way.
No, that's real. Alright, we get started potentially the last match of the set here. Logiman with a nice Axel Bomber round start. You know, just showing, hey, you know, signs of life. I'm still in this. I can get the reverse sweep if I need to. But Judex just locking Logiman in that corner with that good old 2H 5K. Got to be a bit scared to press there. Some nice routing here. And, you know, Dr. Doom, you know, if I'm Logiman, I'm kind of scared. Slayer does a bit too much damage.
Yes, especially when you are Axlo and you have not really good neutral tools or any like good focus out of like far range and whatnot. It's pretty hard to deal with a character like this. So I don't blame them for, you know, taking this, you know, god awful hits from Slayer and having to deal with this matchup. I don't blame you if you lose for Yo. Like that is something that is very much hard to deal with. Ooh, tries to go for the tap touch but doesn't work. And now it's Judex's turn, and they are going to get every smidgen of damage they can.
Oh, goes for the second loop and does not find its mark. And that bump ahead whiffing is going to let Logiman escape that corner. We're going to see an attempt to stay alive here. There's no invul on that super, but we're not going to snipe it out anyway. We're spending that burster. We kind of have to. We can't get hit by anything else. Just got to find our mark, find our in, or just keep Judex locked out, and that is going to be Judex finding it with that Mappa hunch to get us to the next game, next set.
Another free O. We got some real strong players here in this tourney. And it's only the first round.
Alrighty, we got Jingo J on that Ramlethal, you know, battle of the big swords here, as we got Test Your Luck on that Nagori Yuki. Been showing out a couple of these wild rides now, having a great showing each time. Here we are, with a nice counter hit,
and that
close slash.
That whole scene, that sequence right there was absolutely amazing, being from Test Your Luck. But to get hit by the farce slash, what they were trying to do 6. Oh my gosh, no way. Does that? Oh my! The app leader, they could technically kill off this if they do it right. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's something you can do with Nago. OTG off a super, so dumb.
Hey, you know, if it works.
Ooh, that's a neat combo. Okay, I'm stealing that. This is the perfect opportunity to steal Nago tech, and I love it.
Hey, that's what happens when you're a commentator or you're a TO. You watch someone who's playing your character and you go, hold on, wait a minute. I'm stealing that.
Write that down. Write that down, write that down.
We're just seeing, trying to play some of that longer range neutral with those like that big Nago normal, especially with that level 3 blood. You gotta play a bit scared here just due to the fact of if you let it ball a bit too much, end up getting caught out, but you know, Test Your Luck masterfully at navigating.
So nice 2 pieces of finish out the first game there. Here. Test Your Luck looking pretty solid and pretty comfortable, to be honest. Not really in any hurry to get in on Jingle J or anything. Just taking a very easy and laid back approach to find them.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I don't want to say you have to do it, but again, you have to play that kind of that patient game plan, especially when you're in that high blood scenario. Especially just as Nago in that situation here. It's on Jingo J to approach, especially with that life lead here. We're seeing it Jingo J now finally being able to get in on Test Your Luck, but what a far slash press, just letting us escape.
Yes. Ooh, we getting some blood back. We can definitely do some here. We at least have 2 to 3 Fukios, or we can do some Nago mix here. Poppin'. Oh, we missed the 5K. We missed the timing. But that's alright. We got out.
Yeah, that's that clone. I cannot believe clone B sword there.
Clone's clone. Nago needs it. That's one of the few times where I'm gonna be like, Nago needs something like that. Beyblade? No, he don't need that. But other than that, Nago needs it. Beyblade's not an essential part of Nago's kit. Like, Suzuruki and Clone, those are very essential parts for Nagoriyuki. But Beyblade is something I don't think is that essential. He already has good lows and can get in. But Evil Ash should stop yapping and move back onto the gameplay here because Jingle J is fucking balling right now. They are going ham.
Jingo J just really is like, hey, I know you're yapping about, Nagoriyuki, but peep my gameplay. With that nice bait on the side of Test Your Luck, Jingo J might be getting on the verge of needing to reverse a sweep with a nice YRC out there. Send up that sword, and that's a pop. So Jingo J still alive, has a chance to even it up.
Yes, they do. Third round of the second game. It's a Nago mix. Alright. You can't do anything at this state here. You just have to throw your normals or you risk it all. That risk is hella cranked right now. A potential for some big damage, but Jingo J is just gaining and managing to get some good combos. Not wall slump though. But that does. Okay, I didn't know that would work. Alrighty then.
Oh, we go for that PRC sword just to make sure it comes out and explodes. That pre-emergency patch. And that lets Jingo J just get their own game plan started, evening up the score 1-1.
Looks like Test Your Luck is going to have to change it up a bit more. Or they can't just stay comfy in this matchup here.
Jingo J just really showed out.
Very much. The download is slow, but in the end it works.
Download complete. We're seeing a nice round start option from both players there. You see Test Your Luck just showing a bit more passive because Ram does have insanely strong round starts. And then you see, again, that round start get represented. One of those insanely strong options is that air special that Ram has. I forget exactly what it's called. I don't know if that's what the windshield wipers are. But either way, just Jingo J able to capitalize on some opportunities given here in that neutral situation, putting Test Your Luck in that corner. But a nice 6P on that Rekka is going to let us get our own game plan started, not going for a bite on that 6K staggered.
Ooh, a nice throw, punishing that PRC forward. Even though they're at such high blood and close to popping, this is very much in Test Your Luck's hand. And there we go, the far slash will take him out. Or cold slash. Round 2. Ooh, a nice 6K being 2S. We getting some Nago stuff moving. The 2K into bite. Ooh, oh no, we got throw loops. We got throw loops.
Ooh, maybe reading a throw there, maybe trying to catch out the forward Fukio. Test Your Luck, scores a nice counter hit there, bringing us up 2-1. Jingo J definitely fighting an uphill battle.
They did not even have to use super, they just did another 6H. They did not need extra damage or none.
I mean, it's Nago 6H, that's where the damage is stored.
Where's all the damage at? 6H. 6H is a good button. It guard crushes, it's only -2, it does a fuck ton of damage, it gives blood back, a decent bit of blood back, like, it's a good button. Okay. That's definitely something. Sorry. Doing Seizure and then Beyblade and then throwing someone is definitely a weird option, but I'm always just criticizing Jingo J for not catching that, but shouldn't be too harsh.
We've seen some nice gameplay here from Test Your Luck, just keeping Jingo J locked in, locked out of pressing really any buttons, or else you get blown up and die. But you still have to press him at some point, or at least try to jump out a nice RC, kind of go into that bite there. Suddenly.
Yes. Ooh, even with the clash, they still managed to get something. The burst bait! Oh! Alright. We don't want to high roll some blood. We want to get some of it back to do some stuff. And Nago Super will definitely do that for you. Taking away, about like 2 bars of blood almost. So, a good bit.
Yeah, we are getting that blood back very quickly, so we can just try to casino game plan our way to a victory. But not if Jingo J has anything to say about it. Just need to make sure we can stay alive and find an opening. Not able to find it just yet, and the casino game plan works out. We hit the jackpot, bet it all on red.
Oh,
It is Jingo J on making the losers run.
Yes. They played very good against Test Your Luck, and dealing with Nago in general is a very hard character to fight against, especially when you are Ram and you have a very limited resource swords back in my 4-7 days.
No, that's fair.
The people gave me shit for it, so I played Nago. So definitely something. But anyway, onto the gameplay here with both players doing pretty well, and Glossophobia gained some good hits against Wild here, keeping them at the corner. YRC. Ooh, a nice counter far slash from Wild there, just getting in on Glossophobia, trying their hardest. Ooh. Okay, we bursting, we're hero bursting, but it does not work out in the end, and an Axel Bomber will finish it out for the first round against Wild. I don't know what's up with this matchup personally. I've constantly seen many times of Giovanna versus Axel, and it ends up with Axel winning. But I just don't know why. I feel like this would be a winning matchup for Giovanna, but I could be dead wrong.
Either way, though, we're getting sent through this wall and some nice damage on the side of Wild. Glossophobia just needs to find a way, and that deflection is a good way to get it started. Unfortunately, does not push Wild out just far enough. Wild still able to get a nice little snipe there to even up the rounds.
Yeah. Watching my games. Next patch should just go get rid. At that point, if they keep on nerfing Axel, yeah. Back him up. Rose on 4. Ooh, a nice super from Wild there. They're clipping Glossophobia out of the fucking air there. Break the wall. We tried the gold burst or burst in general, but it did not work at all. And the tap dust. Holy fuck, that was just that whole interaction right there was fucking crazy. That flipped the tides instantly.
Yeah, and just got that tap dust. It's lethal. We're getting into our second game here. Wild currently sitting up 1-0. Definitely cooking up so far. Nice counter hit on that Axel. What an anti-air.
Nice anti-air there. Ooh, we jumping in. We get some combos.
Ooh, nice IBFD on the side of Glossophobia, just trying to force out Wild at any means necessary. Not able to do it just yet, and that's that 50-50 with that RC. Just gotta guess there. Not fortunately guessed wrong, and that's going to be Wild taking the round, looking to get up 2-0.
Yes, very much. And also, I have a question for you. I know this is to involve our characters in general, and this is a question for chat as well. I personally think no big body should have 50-50s. It should just be strike throw, or, you know, just like really good mids. What do you think?
What's up? Sorry, I just didn't catch that last bit.
They probably should not have 50-50s and just have like either good strike throw or just good mid buttons.
I mean, strike throw is the birth of the 50-50.
I guess so, but I mean like high-low strike, high-low basically. Like Nago Beyblade mix and Nago Mario Party mix and Coffin mix from Gold Lewis. Might be a hot take, but that's just me.
You know, I feel like you do have to let those characters have some options, though. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, while I was yapping about how Wild got a second game down. I need to stop yammering and focus on the game here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Wild getting some good damage in. First of all, well, where the fuck did your health go? God damn, it disappeared. Is that perfect? We do get a perfect. A nice perfect from Wild there, just fucking it up.
Definitely cooking up here. Just needs that one more round to secure that 3-0 to move forward into top 8 qualifiers here tonight. And that wall 6 is going to be a great way to get us started. Just needs one more clean interaction. We have Burst back on deck on the slide of Glossophobial.
Yes,
one more hit
much.
just needed, and that's a burst bait. Gonna secure us the game.
3-0, goddamn. Wild was just dominating that match there. Nothing affecting them.
Alright, so we got Vote on that bike inviting Joe Brownie on that Jacko. Joe Brownie's got that lethal Jacko, as we've seen, you know, many a time by now. I feel like it's a Wild Ride classic at this point. But, you know, we just got to see if, you know, Boat is able to conquer that hill climb. You know, imagine Sisyphus happy.
Yeah, imagine Sisyphus happy. It's not that bad. I think they can gap. Oh! I like, as I mentioned, they do a nice not 6B a parry, but they get taken out by 2D though. Whoa. Okay then. Moves to neutral, we're running towards Joe Brownie, but not let them get away. Burst, okay.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of this like really aggressive movement from, you know, Boat there. You've seen just a lot of those run-ups. That's something you kind of, you know, I won't say have to do, but it's really strong against Jacko, especially Jacko who likes to do that like jump back JD and then establish the minion presence like Joe Brownie tends to do. It ends up working out for us quite well here, but still we're on the back foot.
The 5P. Oh my goodness. And because of that, Joe Brownie would take the fucking game. Holy cow.
I know Joe Brownie's been looking to get a Wild Ride win for a while, so you know this is definitely a good start to that path.
Yes, very much. Okay then.
Oh, what a 2D to get us started off there. I like that decision to burst, however, just forcing Joe Brownie in that corner with a little bit of that side swap on that burst. Nice stabilization, though, from Joe Brownie. You know, we're just getting those minions pressed out, back out. We're able to just keep ourselves safe, but not if Boat has anything to say about it.
Yes, and the super, does it hit? It does!
No safe jabs in my Wild Ride, says Joe Brownie here, as we're getting pressured by the bike. And nice throw here. We have that tether. We had a bit of risk, bringing in a nice chunk of damage on that route. Ooh. Yo, Chad, I know you see the routing. I know you see the Kara is going to be sent through that wall. Hard knockdown. One more guess for game situation. Dr. Doom, what are we doing?
We guessing, and we YRC. But we get hit by the... Oh, cross up Yo Johnson. Yo Johnson, bro.
Yo Johnson?
Yo Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson.
Oh my gosh. Whenever I hear any of like any like meme with John. It's weird personally because my first legal name is John, so like it kind of psychs me out almost.
If anybody's telling you John Nagoriyuki is a bit different, huh?
It's so weird. Or like, I'll personally like if I start any save in a game, I'll be like, ah yes, I am John Dark Souls.
You know, that's just peak though. You know what else is peak? That close slash, catching that backdash is going to be getting a nice bit of damage here on the side of Boat. But we have no meter to get that hard knockdown, so Joe Brownie is able to recover, able to stabilize. And that is going to be the minion attack, you know, the minion command to even up the rounds. Joe Brownie not looking to let Boat get any momentum started.
Yes, very much. And both players are looking very well. Joe Brownie's got some minions out, but they get countered Fire Slash into Kabari and Fro. Oh boy. Trying to mix them up, but Joe Brownie gets a nice gold burst. This will get the ball rolling for him.
Ooh, I know you see the routing chat using that minion command while Jacko was still holding the minion, allowing it to put that hitbox a bit higher up, allowing us to get this hard knockdown from that super on that wall stick. And I know we were trying to go for a run-up throw. I just know it. I felt it in my bones.
Felt it in our souls. Oh, tried the air throw, but just not there. And this might kill here, actually. No, we dropped the combo!
Just need to stay alive. And
get
that
a
parry
parry.
lets us. We have burst. Joe Brownie needs
burst.
one more clean hit, but so does Boat in the double KO.
The double KO taken to a final round. You thought round lose the final round? No, there's a different one. I've only seen this happen once in Stride before, never in a tournament set. Both players are going absolutely ham, and Boat has the lead here right now, health-wise, and just locking Joe Brownie down right now.
And suddenly, it's an entire change of pace, change of momentum. Boat just locked in.
Somebody's getting fucked. God damn.
You know, is that we gotta have like a choir on staff so we could just pull up somebody's getting fucked. Fuck.
That's one of my favorite FGC clips. Like,
It's so good.
it's amazing.
But if there's anybody I trust, you know, reverse that situation, take that data, and just run with it. It is Joe Brownie is seen here playing a bit more passive game plan, and then just, you know, we're just playing neutral here, playing that neutral, hitting that backdash.
It looks like Joe Brownie's here to go get some minions down, but it don't matter. Boats is going in, and they laying down some bike comes so he dropped, but it doesn't matter. We still have corner, but not anymore. Oh wait, nope, never mind. We still do. We still have corner.
We get some nice damage for it as well. Deciding to send Joe Brownie through that wall there, and a nice 5P to catch the BRC forward. That's actually how you have to beat those. You just have to put out a hitbox on that wall break, especially a quick normal like that bike in 5P as we've seen here, and a lot of times like a 2K will work as well.
Yes, very much. Ooh, a nice parry there, interrupting that pressure, which allows Boat to just go in on the Joe Brownie. Them just laying it down right now. Ooh, a full-on Haragi. Some good shit, but counter at 5K. Ooh, or maybe was that 5H? I'd have to look now. But either way, a good button to lay out for Joe Brownie to start their pressure. YRC to interrupt that, and Boat's just charging in. They don't give a fuck. They're just going in on them. Protect the throw. Oh, we do man. Minion parry mid-air. Goddamn.
And if it works out, those minions are immortal. No need to parry any longer. And that minion attack command going to be evening up those rounds yet again. Joe Brownie looking to get ahead. But Boat's been putting up such an impressive performance on that bike, and it's such a momentum shift from that first game.
Oh man. But it looks like now we're tethered. And tethered while Jacko has the advantage. It's not looking good here for Boat. Laying it down. We got some minion damage.
I believe that is what the kids call doing tricks on him.
We doing some tricks on this bike in here. And that's now
That's Joe Brownie
2-1.
up 2-1. Yes, Dr. Doom. Joe Brownie definitely has, again, it's that data round. Joe Brownie just had that adaptation, but Boat playing such an impressive, it's such a strong game plan here. It's definitely
I
something
mean,
to deal with.
this is the first time I've had in my commentary career of seeing someone take it to a final round. Like, that is a rare moment to see, and seeing something like that is absolutely amazing. But moving on, and Joe Brown getting a nice counter here. We bait the burst. Oh shit, this is not looking good here. Did try to parry, but does not work. We're being real careful with our buns here, just running up. Ooh, the Uzanton catching them mid-air. Uzanton got a bit of damage hit for him, but Joe Brown is still in the health lead. They got 100 meter, but the parry! They gets our lanes themselves down here right now. Boat's got meter. They can really do some stuff. It's gone now. Joe Brown, he still has 100 meter. They still holding on. They saving it. The kids, they got some armor on them. They got the damage buff. They have everything. Nothing can stop these goobers.
Did we put on both servant buffs and just went with it?
Yes, they did.
Oh, Joe Brownie with a nice cross block on that cross up. That's something you always see from Joe Brownie. It's just a lot of that, bit of that active defense as well, but just good defense in general. Ends up getting opened up, however. Ooh, maybe he wouldn't go for a bit of a reset, or maybe just thought it would hit. Maybe a tragic drop, because one chance is maybe all Joe Brownie needs, getting that throw loops. But that's a Yo Johnson. You've infected me, Dr. Doom.
I mean, I think it's Sticky who is the first one who said it to me. Yo, Johnson, man, it's goated. What can I say?
There's Joe Brownie trying to play with those minions high in the air, put some hitboxes on the ground, control that space while we ourselves are safe. But just Boat not getting opened up just yet. And with a nice route there, that is going to be Boat evening it up. We're going to our first game 5 of Mr. Badguy's Wild Ride number 16, chat.
Yes.
This is close.
Dashy, this is your chance. Give Joe Brownie all your praise, everything. Give them your energy. Hold your hands up, bruh.
If you're a Joe Brownie believer, you need to show your support, Spirit Bomb it. If you're looking for the Bikin victory here tonight, then you gotta vote for Boat. That rhymes, call it bars.
We're not calling that bars.
That's bars. That's bars.
Nah, the way you say that, nah, you don't get to call that bars.
That's bars.
That is bars, my original gangster.
Alright.
Oh my god!
That killed?
Okay. That killed, okay. This is too goofy.
Alright. So.
I need to take off my headset, I need to laugh for a minute.
Alright, so while Dr. Doom is out of commission, we have those minions coming up, just locking Boat down. I keep getting mixed up just because the name is different on Guilty Gear, but that is Joe Brownie taking it 3-2 in a very close set, just locked in. And I feel like Dashy, gave some energy, said, "Boat, I'm gonna need you to lock in like Gohan in the Super Buu fight." So it was like reverse psychology.
They baked.
Alrighty, we got our last winners quarterfinals match, last top 8 qualifier here for tonight. I got deja vu, Dr. Doom. It's the same match as winners round 1. We got Axel and we got Slayer.
Oh, a nice goal from Kiet here, and they're just zoning them out. They're playing their game. They don't give a fuck what Judex thinks. They're doing what the hell they want, and they're getting some good damage off. Ooh, a nice 2H there, clipping the map a hunch. Time stop? Yo! We have times out combos! No, no way. No way that wall sticks. Why is Fernando out?
I like that decision though. You saw Kiet just try to set up that tornado just to keep that corner presence, you know, make Judek's block a bit. However, though, ended up not truly working out for us. Either that or was maybe a bit of a misinput. Either way, though, it's A-okay for Judex with a nice bait on that deflect shield, getting that throw.
Yes, very much. And now, Judex has Kiat at the corner here, but Kiat doesn't care. They're throwing out their 5P, 2Ps. They're just jabbing at them. They don't give a fuck.
And, you know, we're just dashing. 2H counter hit.
We failed the pile bunker loops. No.
Oh. Okay though, because look at the damage. We just need one more clean hit.
But the super.
We tried to punish it too early. That actually got nerfed. It is insanely slow with its recovery now. So you can actually like run up a charge dust. But either way, there's going to be Judex taking the first game here against Kiet.
Yes. Good stuff. Oh, that was the first game? Okay, goddamn.
That was their first game.
Alrighty then. It looks like Judex here might be the Axel killer. Alright. I'm gonna modify quickly pop out real quick. I gotta use the bathroom.
Do what you gotta, homie.
Alright, thanks, homie. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So while we're waiting on that, we're gonna be doing a bit of a redirection here, going to a player room. But thank you, Ringo079 for the follow, and thank you, I want to say it's Chillin. Chillin? I want to say that's how that is. Thank you so much for the follow, putting us over that big 100 mark. We now got triple digits out here, Mr. Bad Guy's Wild Ride. Alrighty, we're getting a room made. Axel Slayer is definitely a matchup that's kind of interesting to at least to look at, just due to how, I want to say, unorthodox Slayer's movement tends to be. Just looking at, you know, you get the teleport dash, you kind of move around with a lot of your jumps with a lot of your map hunches. We're going to a player room, codes in stream chat.
Okay. I thought something bad happened.
Nope, I'm just going to a player room for connection reasons.
Alright. Gotchas. It happens. So, you said it's in stream chat?
Yeah, stream chat.
Opie dopey. Alright. Okay, wait, pop in real quick. While I'm getting in here, I'll go have a quick look at the bracket.
Alright, once you're spectating, alright.
Yeah. We good to go. Alright then.
Oh.
So what's the score right now? 1-1?
It is
or
1-0. That was the first game.
Oh, okay.
Mankind knew that they cannot
1-0.
change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
Jokey then.
Alrighty, everybody, we are getting started here. with Judex putting on some of that Slayer pressure, but Kiet, some nice backdash, is just able to escape, putting that zoning in, a little bit of a Strive Earth. However, got to deal with all these Rensens either way, like in what we're seeing here from Judex.
Just going in, but they are losing good bits of health with the very interaction that they do. And we got time stop combos again, baby. Let's let that shit fly. Are we gonna break the wall? We do, but it does not kill.
Just a bit low on the damage. I like that. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for the Axel 5P to come out so we don't accidentally rush into it. But Kiet is just ready. Just masterful zoning, just masterful use of those long chain sickle normals. Just putting Judex, I don't want to say in the blender, but it feels like you're fighting a brick wall sometimes.
Yes. Oh, it's not looking good here. Playing a little bit neutral here, getting some hits in. Ooh, a nice blue wall assault. The super. Oh.
Some nice damage, and more importantly, refreshes that screen space, so Kiet has all the space in the world to work with, but this is no invul! Ends up working out for us regardless, though.
Well, looks like Kiet will still take the second game, taking it to a 1-1 right now. We'll look at the replay real quick and see what they traded with. I think it probably was a 2K if I had to guess.
It was 2D, and I'm pretty sure 2K.
Damn. Alright then. Alright. On to the third game here. Ooh, nice 2H, but does not hit anything though.
Oh, there's that nice rainwater. Nice little jump back there. Catches whatever Judex was trying to press. And suddenly we're just back again, just trying to find our way in, trying to find a hole in Kiet's game plan. Judex just not able to suss out what it is just yet. Kiet playing some masterfully just patient neutral here. Especially, you gotta do that, especially against Slayer, Dr. Doom.
Yes, you have to be real careful with your buttons, where you're throwing them out, and make sure you don't get clipped by any of Slayer's high damaging combos. You don't want to be in pile bunker loops, and Kiet knows this, and they're spacing out real well, taking the first round with perfect there. It's not set point, but if they win this next match, they'll be at match point. Whoa. That was a bunch of word gargle right there.
See that bite coming out. Universe is online, and Universe pile bunker is gonna hurt. We're just putting Kiet through the wall. Apparently not enough damage to kill. Just need to find that one tap. However, burst probably not going to be coming out on the side of Kiet so far. So get to an advantageous position. But you know, Judex's gonna find their way in again.
They're trying to be real careful not getting hit by Superman Hutch, but as I mentioned that they get hit by it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yo, I thought the super didn't have invul.
It's wacky with how it works. I'd have to look at the patch notes. Because I believe it still has some invul, just... Hold on. Let me look at Dust Tube real quick.
Alright,
while
Dr. Doom's consulting the ancient scrolls, we're seeing Kiet just push Judex out. What a gold burst! Aggressively just pushing Judex out back to that position where, you know, we can just control space with our P normals, with our chain sickle. We need to play a bit more patient and gets clipped. And that is going to be Kiet up 2-1.
Okay, so it still has invul. Okay, so it's invul from frame 9 to 19.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the patch notes then real quick. Maybe those will help me.
Oh,
I'm digging through scrolls.
hold on.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hold
Milia.
on. We got the Judex Milia here to cook up.
Alright.
Also, Joe Brownie saying it's like it has invul, but it's like Roy Waldasol where it's not on startup. That makes a lot of sense, actually. What else makes a lot of sense is I guess I think the Milia swap really works out here because, you know, Milia's moves I don't believe have a ton of recovery, so it's kind of the same strength that Giovanna has, but at the same time she just has that speed, she has that maneuverability that Slayer just doesn't have access to, and you need that in the Axel matchup.
Yes, very much. And so far, Kiet is doing real good against Judex's Melia swap. But oh, Judex gets a nice Farsquat's here trying to do some mix, but Kiet does not let that happen.
Yeah, we're just trying to play around that tornado. Use that fast fall. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Sets up that disc, maybe a bit too far, but we find that 2P. Unfortunately, not going to be able to set up that vortex. We're really looking for that interesting decision to burst here. We need to see if it pays off, but that 2S is going to put Kiet on set point.
The Melia fly swatter. Ooh, a 2D round start? Okay. A very risky option, but I guess it works out for Judex. Run up 2P. Can't do that forever. You're going to get hit. Ooh, okay. Tornado. Just laying down some simple pressure here.
You know, it's a lot of times it's that simple stuff, you know, it's those B&Bs that work, especially in like a tournament environment. Just do, you know, you try to go for the complex stuff, you're gonna end up dropping it. That's why we're seeing like, you know, Kiet just kind of go for, you know, it's that old reliable.
You need to learn to walk before you can run, you know? Can't just go guns blazing with the advanced tech. You gotta keep stuff simple sometimes.
Alright, how we doing, Renzo?
Oh, you took... Oh, man. Alright. Wait, you took both to a game 5? Good shit.
It is going to be Kiet moving forward into our top 8 for tonight. Alrighty, welcome everybody to the first match of Mr. Badguy's Wild Ride 16 top 8. On the left side here, we got Wild on that classic Giovanna. Then we got Kiet, newcomer to the Wild Ride, showing a very strong Axel here tonight. I was remarking earlier, but you know, it feels like Wild just keeps running into these Axels like every bracket.
Yes, very much. Something that they just can't escape. And another thing they can't escape is that back throw into a perfect for the first round. Kiet is on fire right now, but Wild is going in, rushing again, counter close slash. They saw that perfect, was like, yeah, I ain't letting that happen again. They're just going in, running the gauntlet on them. We got some strike throw rolling as well.
Ooh, I like that, just ending that string a bit early there so we don't get pushed too far out. We have that 100 tension, so we get a bit of that damage buff. We just RC it to get a bit more damage, and that is going to be Wild with a nice perfect to even up the rounds here. Dr. Doom, I'm noticing that, you know, it really feels like it's whoever, it feels like just zoner matchup like trademark. You know, Kiet's been shown some masterful ability just to keep Wild out, but the second Wild gets a singular hit in, like here, you know, if we either have to spend the resource or we just lose.
Yes, very much. It's a tale old as time. The moment when you're far away from a zoner, it's absolute hell, but the moment you get on them, you're winning. But speaking of winning, in Kiet, it takes the first game here. You're even dealing with that Giovanna pressure, having to keep them off of them. They still succeeded. I'm definitely happy to see Kiet play more tournaments nowadays. I remember seeing them summer last year playing tourneys, but not for it's been a while since I've seen them on the sticks, so I'm glad to see them here and there.
Nice, yeah, and we're seeing some amazing Axel gameplay here tonight. But speaking of amazing gameplay, Renzo with a nice run of their own, seeing and talk about, you know, they feel like they can do so much better by the next time they come. Hey, hopefully you had fun, hopefully the run was great.
I mean, A-Dog, making almost top 8 at Wild Ride is pretty fucking huge, especially taking a win against Gillette and taking Boat to a game 5. Like, you on fire, dog. I think you go make top 8 next time.
I believe. But what I also believe in is this wild movement, but we're getting clipped by that command grab, gonna get hit by that time to stop a combo, but not if we burst out.
We still got some purple effect here. We can time stop, but we lose it. That 50 meter was for nothing. And this might be the moment here where Wild can get the ball rolling here for him. But we jump over the screw kick, but it does not matter. We're going to super, and we're taking the round of the second game. Ooh.
Wild
Both
cooking
players
up,
are.
showing that the experience against, you know, they just have the experience against Axel to, you know, show out where it counts. Kiet's gonna find some way to just keep Wild locked out. It certainly kind of feels like download complete.
Honestly, terrible start, but it changed for the better after looking at stupid invincible clips while waiting for Death Haven. Oh man.
This is my Invincible War Arc OC. Her name is Invincible.
This is my original Invincible OC. It is Nago Invincible.
I think Tier Invincible is the best one there. Kensei definitely made some amazing artwork with that one.
Oh, Tier Invincible. Yeah, I saw that. That shit's funny as hell.
Alrighty, we got Kiet though, just keeping Wild locked down. Was able to just stabilize and not let Wild get that last hit that they needed. But we're seeing a nice little run up far slash there. Definitely playing a bit aggressive. You kind of have to, especially with, you know, Giovanna's got those faster recovery normals, so she can just afford to just throw some buttons out, play a bit more aggressive. So we're gonna get this wall stick here, gonna go for that one hard knockdown 50 tension, just to secure more of our own game plan, get that positive bonus looping, hopefully to close out the round.
Yes, but I was about to say Kiet has burst, but they used it to get some meter going. They have 100 meter right now. They could definitely do some stuff. And now Wild has to be real careful. They have burst on deck, and they have some meter as well, but they get hit by the sickle flash, stopping their super. And this looks more in Kiet's favor right now. Burns the meter, but Wild does the gold burst. And look at that meter just crank! Oh, and they jump over to the NATO. There's like their pressure fly. This is so scambly right now. They're scrambling for that win. My gosh, and this is the repeated Wayne Rodder. They blocked the super. Oh
Get
my
able to
god.
stabilize, not biting on the stagger. One more hit will do it, and that's a tap dust. Wild able to find the hit needed to tie up the set. And you were talking about it being scrambly. Oh, the spaghetti is everywhere. I'm making eggs, scrambled eggs. It's actually, it was so scrambly.
We were trying to make an omelet, but we failed. We're scrambling eggs now. Oh, that was just an insane second game.
And we got more coming as we see Wild try to do that, you know, usually that crossover move, just to hop over maybe a 2P round start. However, forcing Kiet to spend burst a bit early just so we can force Wild back to that, you know, preferred spacing. But it's a-okay. You know, maybe we didn't need to use burst in there in the first place. You know, where it seems like we're forcing Wild out, but not if Wild has anything to say about it.
Yes, very much. And it looks like at first Chris Wild was a bit on the back foot with these first few matches, but it looks like they're starting to get their ball rolling. The download is going, but Kiet with the time stop combos, they're going crazy. And that wall slopes, okay. Alrighty then.
That wall stuck from like 7 miles away. We're on that melty blood pixel of life. We gotta play patient. Burst not baited. You saw Wild was looking for it, and there's that chip damage. You had to play a bit patient. You gotta use that FD so we don't die out by the tornado.
Yes, very much. A trade? Be that round start already. And that 2S hit? Oh my gosh. Kiet is just looking on fire right now. But the run up bar slash from Wild is really doing them in real quick. Take it to the wall. Oh, we go break with super. Alrighty then. God damn.
Alrighty then, chat room. Just gonna see one more clean hit from Wild. But what a air back throw, potential back throw incident. We deflect shielded out there, just trying to get some space for our own. We don't want to get caught out by any Axel shenanigans. And that throw is gonna let us stay alive, even up the game here.
yes, this is definitely, again, a close match here. Whoever gets the first counter is maybe going to be the one to win. But the thing is, too, Giovanni can get much more off counter, but Kiet doing that reversal super. This might be in Kiet's favor here right now, but the cross up! Ooh! They hit the throw, but the gold burst! What are we doing? What's going on here?
We're cooking up,
Yo.
and we're in a similar situation where we have to be wary of any chip damage. But who knows? Maybe we just get the kill before that matters. We get that hard knockdown from that super. We have meter. We can just go for that wall break if we need to. Or RC it tap dust. What a comeback!
A comeback was crazy. This is... Oh. I'm kind of at a loss for words. This is just a amazing first top 8 set. Like, this is going crazy right now. I can't wish for a better set right now. This is amazing with how both players are playing right now. Give it their all.
100%. Hold on. The dog beats the sickle. You know, Giovanna got that dog in her, and also like the dog outside of her. It's a ghost dog.
The dog outside. You ever heard of, you've heard of, you got that dog inside you, but do you have it outside of you though?
Well, I mean, they quite literally, there is just a dog there.
Yeah. A good pupper. And that pupper will help them take the round.
the dog all around me. Thank you, Renzo.
I got that dog already. That actually sounds fire as hell, actually.
Oh, I like that. You see that Wild playing that spacing there where that 2P is just barely going to whiff, then tries to rush in, tries to use that recovery as a chance, but Kiet not letting Wild do no such thing. Like that PRC, able to get that hard knockdown off that 6H. We're just fighting for our life over here.
I'll be real careful with that dive kick super because apparently you're plus even when that super is blocked, which I find quite bullshit. But hey, that's just me. And this is set point right now for Wild, and they take it. That close last anti and Kiet taking it 3-1, sending Kiet to the loser's side of the match. They're not out yet, but definitely gotta lock in.
Yeah, and Kiet definitely has what it takes to make that loser's run. Wild just has so much experience with that Axel matchup.
Moving on to our matches here with Joe Brownie versus Test Your Luck, a Jacko versus Nago, which is a very interesting match because I think it's winning for Nago, but you start losing when you're in the corner against Jacko, and that's some high blood right there, and not a good situation for Test. I can't speak. My tongue is switching. Test Your Luck. Oh.
It's that pesky English language getting the better of us as we're getting sent through that wall back onto the next stage. And Joe Brownie getting a quick round on the board.
It should.
That bite coming out. Ooh, tried to run those throw loops, not finding it smart. Joe Brownie not biting on that just yet. There's that tap dust, and what a shimmy yet again. Joe Brownie's been having amazing shimmies here at the Wild Ride, just playing really aware and really active.
Yes, very much. All in all, both players are doing pretty well, but we're popping blood! But no, we interrupt the blood pop with JD, which was a mistake! This is real bad now. Nalco's nothing to lose. They're gonna pull all their blood moves, and the 6H OTG, he will take the second round, take it to a third. My goodness gracious.
Unfortunate JD there from Joe Brownie, letting that animation get canceled. But we're going to be getting some nice routing here. You were talking about that matchup being rough in the corner. Well, you know, it can't be too rough if we're just able to escape. That's gotta be really good for Test Your Luck.
Yes, but we popped blood. We're dead. There's nothing you can save. Yeah. And that's the first gate to Joe Brownie. Oh. I'll say this personally, as someone who's fought Joe Brownie multiple times, games, they have extremely good spacing of Nagoriyuki's buttons.
It's
They
that
know
Doctor
what
Doom
can.
coaching.
It's not even Doctor Doom coaching. It's just A, hey, Joe Bryan's a good player, and B, they're just a good player. I mean, they just know the matchup pretty well. So you can't do a lot of fuck shit stuff. You have to be real careful. You have to keep everything legit. And that's what Tesla is doing right now. This dude's a good old-fashioned strike throw. Just keeping Joe Brown in the corner. Another bite! We can't let this keep happening, or we're gonna die. Oh, if that was any higher level blood of 6-8, it would kill it, but the Caesar will take it out with a perfect for the round 1. God damn!
And that's kind of the trade-off you take when you go for that bite, right? Because if you do get that nice wall stick route in that low health scenario, you're not truly able to convert it into a kill just because of that lower damage on that level 1 blood.
Yes. And those minions are not invincible with the Far Slash has taken Joe Brown to the corner, and we got a bite, and we're breaking the wall for 6H. We're just letting everything fly. And not Caesar, who just sniped him out of the air. That one, I don't blame them for knowing the spacing fully, because the absolute size of Sisu, whose second hit is ginormous. It's why Strike Throw is very scary as Nagoriyuki.
Yeah, I would figure, you go for that whiff first part of that DP there, and you see Test Your Luck going for that command grab after. It's really scary to deal with just because, as well, not only are you dealing with Nagoriyuki strike throw, it's the fact, as you said, that that button, that follow-up is massive.
Yes, like, hold on, let me quickly send you in stream chat to show you truly how massive this button is, because alright, here we go. It's in stream channel. That's how big that second hit is.
Alrighty, I will take a look at that in a moment, chat, but first, we're observing some amazing pressure from Joe Brownie, taking around, looking to get up 2-1. Said, hey, you got your bit of momentum build. I gotta not let that be a thing. So we're seeing some nice neutral being played here. What a 2K, calling out that landing recovery.
Yes, very much. And here again, Test Your Luck is a high blood, but if they can get any hit off, it will give so much more. That 2S5H, we got some blood rolling. Nago Schmicks. But we whiffed the 5K, but the tap dust. Just one hit and it will do it. And the seizure will. Oh, taking it to round 3. Both players are looking amazing. My wall assault, but Joe Brown blocks it. Seizure again. We did not block that overhead. We pressed on it, actually. Usually that's not supposed to give a combo. But I'm wondering what the heck Joe Bryan must have pressed during that situation. And oh my god, those close slashes.
We're at that low blood. We're building it quickly, though, but the casino game plan does not care. And that is Test Your Luck. Taking it 2-1. Quickly trying to get into that winner's finals position here. With some amazing management of that blood, especially with those bites, playing that strike throw masterfully, and just really knowing, I guess, just how to manage Joe Brownie.
Yes. They're a little shaky in the first game, but the download was quick and fast. They had that Ethernet cable plugged in. They had that 1 gigabyte download speed.
And you were talking about earlier, Dr. Doom, about how, Test Your Luck generates blood. And I think we saw that just like that round start Fukio like 3 times to go full screen.
Yes. That was definitely something. Oh, the throw! Now Joe Bryan here is in the corner, and being in the corner against Nagoriyuki at full blood, or just after bite, is absolutely awful. This is a bad situation always around for Joe Brownie here, using bursts to keep that pressure going. We're not letting Joe Brownie out. We're doing strike throw mix, we're doing the works, but Joe Bryan managed to get out, and they got all 3 goobers out. They got the minions, and they'll take the first round on the game 4?
This is a game 4 scenario. Joe Brownie needs to win this one and then win it again, in which the way Test Your Luck is playing might prove to be difficult. But, look at just how Joe Brownie's just handling just Test Your Luck's very active defense. You know, you've seen Tester like definitely just going for those back throws when needed, just going for that. We've seen far slash on defense, you know, from
I'm
Tester.
sorry. That combo earlier, the tap dust, the dust, the dust again. That whole sequence was too hilarious. But ooh, Tesla takes the second round, taking it to third. You're killing that 6H earlier. That absolutely high damaging button. Playing some neutral here, being real careful.
Ooh, that counter hit Beyblade. We're getting that charge dust routing. Gonna be a bit of damage. Not high enough blood for that 6H to connect, so we don't get that wall stick. Joe Brownie has a chance, but we don't block the casino, and that's gonna be the wall stick that does it. Test Your Luck moves on to winners finals, taking it over Joe Brownie in a 3-1 set.
That both players played absolutely amazing, but
you know, we need to see, are they able to conquer Storm's Ramlethal? Because we've seen Storm cook up a lot. I believe it was against Blue Man Carr. It's a set in the trailer, so we'll see how it goes. FGC Casual putting up a hell of a showing first, not getting the super, opting to just go for that normal wall break, keeping that meter for some mixed shenanigans. We'll just see how it has to go.
Playing some Johnny neutral here, and that instant fucking overhead. You cannot react to that. And we're going to get wall break with a super this time. The cards are in their favor right now. Gamlin's paying off, and FG Casual, she takes the first round.
You know, FGC Casual just showing some of that insane Johnny gameplay we saw earlier on stream. Just, you know, playing that spacing really well. You saw some of those backdashes into those 6Ks just to quickly close that gap, and Storm's just going to be able to deal with it.
Yes, very much. But looks like Storm here now is no longer on the back foot, starting to lay down some of their pressure here. Here, wall breaking with the super as well. Ooh, and the nice far slash 5H to close out the second round, take it to a third. Alright then.
Yeah, it's definitely just having to deal with a lot of that Johnny shenanigans. We've seen some pretty good adaptations from it, but you know, just need to see if FGC Casual can, you know, I guess counter adapt.
Yes, very much. We'll definitely have to wait and see, but does not look like it's in their favor so far right now. With Storm getting that wall break super earlier. Oh, ooh,
that spectator bug?
Not look. I hope.
Oh, Strive.
Connection.
Striver.
Oh. I think it's on player side too. This is that. I'm sorry. Just throwing out super like that. Okay then. Oh.
Alright, we're getting that wall break. Strive Universe.
That.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's rough.
We might
it
need
is.
connection.
We might, but we'll see how it goes, see how the players feel about it as we're going through here, getting a nice TK missed finer. That is going to be FGC Casual with game 1.
Okay then. Oh, that was. I don't think they. I don't want to force any players to do connection tests, but that looked a little rough there. But it's completely up to them if they want to play out the set or whatever. Alright then. Anyway, while we're sorting that issue out, chat, how we doing tonight? How we feeling? I'm multitasking. What you multitasking, Dashy? What you be doing? Doing send this. Alright. Gotchas. What kind of game is ZZZ? I can't remember the full name, but whatever that game is called. What kind of gameplay loop does it have? Or oh, it's a hack and slash. So Persona? Not Persona, but Zenless Zone Zero, hack and slash. Okay. Devil May Cry? Oh, okay. I have no experience in that because I've never played Devil May Cry either, which I probably should, actually.
Alright. So we're going to be doing a bit of a relocation again into a player room. Alright,
then.
code is there.
I'll be moving my way there.
Making my way downtown.
Did I type a neural code wrong? Hold up. There we go.
Right.
Welcome.
Alright, I'm in the room. Alright, seems like they're going to be hosting the rest of top 8.
Okay, I just need to connect to room. If it will allow me to. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm in the room now. Please, sir, I need this. My Johnny kinda ass. I don't have setups. Why are we talking about FG casual? Oh no.
We're seeing if it's if that one goes, if that's a 1-0 or if it's a 0-0.
Okay. Or if my internet's like fucking around because there's currently a storm right now hitting the south and like I'm getting some of that.
Alrighty. Alright, so we're making the call. It's gonna be 0-0 just because that spike happened in the in the middle of the route. Like in the middle, potentially game-winning RAM route, or at least really close to it, and directly led to that game state. So we're calling it back to 0-0 as we're getting into our, I guess repeat of the first game here. Seeing FGC Casual just needing to, at least get a repeat of that very strong first game outside of that bit of Strive Earth.
Yes, and it looks like history's repeating itself by doing very well. Oh, round 1, laid down some good pressure. Rub 6K and Singa. Oh my god, I can't even react to that. But it works out in the end to get a perfect close out the first round. Holy hell.
We're seeing some amazing gaming here. FGC Casual showing why they got that first game in the first place. But either that, seeing some Storm with some of that Ram Lethal lockdown. Deflect Shield does not work against that sword, unfortunately for FGC Casual, and that's going to be another wall break. We getting both of those swords back. A nice chunk of damage, going to get that positive bonus, looking to get that pressure looping, and that bar slash is going to be a great way to get it started. Going to be sending FGC Casual through the wall yet again for potentially a kill.
Alrighty then. Around 3, just like last time. Are we going to see his repeat itself with Casual take the first game? Then we have to wait and see, but it looks like it's in Storm's favor right now because they are messing it up. Okay, FG Casual getting out of the corner there.
Very strong escape options presented by FGC Casual, just instantly throwing out that burst.
Okay. That JS earlier You saw that, right?
I saw a little bit of JS.
How it just barely hit FG Casual. That was the run up throw, but we get hit by super. I think that'll kill. Oh, that was unfortunate. First game to Storm, but holy hell.
Storm cooking up on that Ramlethal, but I like that crossover. You just see it in that instant replay just now. That crossover card pop from FGC Casual. Alrighty, we're getting into our second game here. Seeing Storm cooking up on that Ramlethal, getting that nice Daro conversion. Immediately putting FGC Casual in that wall. You gotta be just careful of how you play around it because, well, you know, at any point Storm can just decide to run up a throw, especially with that rock present. I know we've seen scenarios previously where, you know, people have used the rock's momentum just to push the opponent into them and get that nice throw going there. Either way, though. Oh, just continue.
Oh yeah, sorry. FG Casual is fucking it up here this round. And oh, that, what was that? S Mistfinder taking the first round. They managed to escape the wall earlier, and all in all, they're looking pretty good. Even with Storm taking the first game, I mean, both players are still very strong and still giving it their all. Using burst, all right. We get hit by a sword while doing vault. We don't have sword anymore. I don't know why we tossed in our hand out. Just waving our
maybe waiting for sword to come back and just thought it was going to come back a bit quicker than it did. We've seen some nice routes from FGC Casual here. Storm needs to find just a route here. That and Senga. Oh, we blocked the overhead. There's that adaptation, just knowing that FGC Casual wants to go for that. And burst is not going to come out FGC Casual.
Yeah. Both players are pretty evenly matched, but FC Casual looked real good in that second game. They're not even dropping a round. They're not letting anything stop them.
They're definitely showing out. They're definitely cooking up here tonight.
Duel 1.
Okay. It's a nice neutral here. Get hit by the kickflip. Nice ring pressure here, just keeping Casual locked down. Yeah, Blue Beat combo going earlier though, but we burst out.
Card ended up not popping on that K Mistfinder. So we're just waiting for that a little bit of reset. Vol Deal, however, is going to let us get a nice wall stick route. No meter to get that hard knockdown, but it's a-okay. Again, we're getting that 50 meter from that positive bonus to be able to do, again, that vault deal RC shenanigans we saw just a bit earlier, but not a Storm has anything to say about it. We'll be sending FGC Casual through that wall, refilling our own positive bonus.
Yes, but in return, FG Casual has meter, and any Johnny with meter is a very dangerous game to play. So we have to be extremely careful about. We use burst, we try to use the Windtooth Vipers to clip them out, but it does not work. FG Casual will be real patient here. They don't want to get clipped by a reversal. They don't want to get hit by none. You're just trying to be real careful here. And the far slash 5H and the S Mistfinder will do it. Round two.
FGC Casual just show some really strong Johnny options here. Just, you know, again, just trying to play really aggressive and then just kind of back out, trying to maybe bait a button. We saw before FGC Casual would go for an option and then just like backdash 6K just to quickly reclaim that space.
Yes,
right there.
Ooh, that countered 6K, goddamn.
God motherfucking damn.
God motherfucking damn. Ooh, a nice kick flip there. Laying down some ram pressure. Health may be low for FC Casual. Oh. I was going to say they have meter, but it does not matter. The reversal super in your face will take you out. Take it to a round 3. Oh, man. You getting some pressure going. We're in the corner against Johnny. This is not looking good.
Oh, potential back throw incident. We have that card up. Not going to go for that TK misfire, instead opting to go for a little bit of a 2D. But, you know, Storm able to just escape, getting that nice side swap. But there's that suffocating sword pressure. Of course, we don't have swords out at the moment, which lets FGC Casual just kind of mash out. And suddenly, you know, it feels like momentum shifting every 5 seconds.
Yes, it truly, we cannot truly tell who's in Tide's favor right now. Oh, even though it looks like Storm does have hard knockdown and some, oh my goodness, we tried the super, the safe jump, but it does not work. It may look wonky, but Ram JD safe jump is real.
That it is. And suddenly, that is Storm. Up 2-1. Just looking for one more game to move forward in tonight's bracket, get to that loser's quarterfinals position. But not if FGC Casual has anything to say about it. Again, we've seen some insanely strong Johnny here tonight.
Very much. And as you mentioned, they just have good subs here, but they don't break the wall. Oh, they want to keep Storm in the corner here. They want to keep them locked down, but they break the wall either way. PRC jumping around here. Okay, Mistfinder throwing out card. Just trying to be real careful here. The super! This might turn the Tide into Storm's favor, but we trade? Oh no, we used the 2P! We mashed!
Mashing is a state of mind. Dr. Doom knows that quite well.
I'm a masher player. I'll wear that name true and proud.
There's another throw into that card setup. Yo, we're playing Street Fighter 6 because that's something you actually just have to be aware of. Is due to just how fast Johnny's dash is. You can just be right in your face, either pressing, it's just strike throw. And you know, if you end up pressing on the strike option, you get counter hit. That card's there to make you pay for it.
Yes, very much. Now we're going to a game 5 here. SG Casual looking real good right now.
Yeah, FGC Casual definitely cooking up here tonight, showing, you know, why they got here in the first place. You know, what it took for them to get into our top 8 here tonight.
Yeah. Okay. If you do, skip DMZ 2, Devil May Cry 2. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm reading chat real quick. Okay. Where in the south? Where are you affected? Where were you affected by yesterday? I wasn't affected by yesterday. I'm in North Carolina. I'm just getting affected by the very edge of the storm. So I'm not as bad as folks in Alabama and whatnot that have to be evacuated from this, but I'm definitely getting some rain here.
That's real. What also is real is
It's
that
a
nice
burst
burst
bait.
Insane. Yeah, it's good that you only get in partial parts of the storm. It's always rough just to have to deal with. I don't know if it's like a winter, like kind of a winter storm, but either way.
It's wonky. I mean, the south during was it spring? I mean, it's not officially spring yet, but we're close. Like, whoever gets real tricky here, where you have like a bunch of flooding and rain. But either way, hey, back to the gameplay here. Storm takes the first round by doing a reversal super in FG Casual's face.
And it ends up working out because, well, you know, as you said, you know, Storm ended up taking that round. Suddenly we're on set point. FG Casual just needs to find something to stay alive here tonight. But, you know, we're getting locked down by those swords. We just gotta keep blocking. Can't backdash on that sword. We have 15-meter Morto Bato. Well, we tried to throw out the sword, but no swords available. What a JD!
Yeah. And it looks like something's brewing here. Lower forecast came in, and Storm's getting their win. Ooh, this might kill actually. It does! The forecast says that Storm is taking it.
I know you had to change that line halfway through saying it.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, that's peak though. Storm taking it in a very close 3-2 set. But we got, again, we got Boat on that Baiken, who's been hooking up immensely so far.
Yes, we got that color 10 Baiken. I never noticed. We got the yokai colors rolling.
We got org colors.
Yes, we do have org colors. I mean, we're in the works of making mod colors, but for people that, you know, don't play on PC, it's color 10.
Yeah, that's real. What else is real is, again, look at the boat Baiken pressure, but there's a reversal super coming out. We've seen that come out so often from Kiet, just masterclass, you know, awareness, or just throwing it out, knowing where the gaps in pressure are.
Yes. And it looks like Kiet here is going to take the first round. Well, this player in general, I feel like any good Axel should have good spacing, and Kiet is definitely a master of that, doing real well against Baiken here.
100%. We're seeing just put back into that corner immediately just due to that S Kabari. But again, it can work against her, but it works pretty well for her there. It's an interesting interaction with Rainwater where Axel jumps a bit too far back, so Axel just gets pulled closer to a Baiken, able to, you know, no longer safe.
Yes. Now we got some Baiken pressure here. We get hit by the TKO Zonton. Super? Nah, we're not going to do cutscene. We're just going to get flash to the Kabari, breaking the wall onto round 3 though. God damn. Both players at the corner right now. TKO Zonton. That Yo Johnson be fucking up Kiet. Down some slow pressure here.
Yeah, we're seeing Kiet just able to survive in the face of all the suffocating Baiken pressure with a nice counter hit. JH gonna be sending. Ooh, I was gonna say gonna be sending Boat all the way, you know, just to that preferred spacing, but no, we're actually going for the wall break combo using time stop, cashing in on that damage, getting that positive bonus back. Rainwater not gonna keep us safe because of Yozansen, and suddenly we're just back in the corner. First, same as the first. You know, that's true. First would be the same as the first.
The what? Hold on. What'd you say? Okay.
First, same as the first. I mean, it's true.
Yes. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It is A-okay. We got more gear action coming. You know, Kiet's one game up, but you know we've seen Boat cook up.
We've seen them cook. Like, we've seen them do some shit. We just gotta wait and see. Further opening to truly do some stuff and work their magic. But it looks like Kiet here is just doing real well with that spacing of their normals. But the Baiken JS will clip you out. And now we're getting some Baiken stuff rolling. But no, we dropped the combo! Oh!
Unfortunate gun whiff there. Yeah, definitely taking advantage of that, getting themselves up around. But you know, Boat's looking to get back that momentum.
That was tragic there, seeing what happened to Boat. That combo dropping was definitely something that they did not plan on happening. But you know, stuff happens. Combos fall through, but hey, as long as we can bounce back, that's all that matters. And the burst bait, that is something that can take them to the lead here.
You were talking about bouncing back, and I like that. It's an interesting decision there, just choosing to keep that corner presence as opposed to getting that wall break. It's gonna be an interesting scenario there, not wanting to return to neutral against Axel, but it ends up not paying out for us because that's a time stop combo, and Kiet is gonna be taking the game.
You know, I thought Kiet was about to be like real talks for a moment and just emote during time stop.
Get the taunt going.
Yes, I thought they would do something like that.
I mean, I know, Gono did that against Red.
Calico did that to me and pressing on plus on stream, and I got so mad.
Hey, that's the mental damage here. That's just what you expect. It's goated. That's Caligoat.
That's Calico? Yeah, I mean, it's calibrated mental stack. It's something they need to win.
That is real. What we're seeing here is a lot of, you know, you talk about things we need to win. We're seeing a lot of amazing tools come out from Kiet, so that just spam that Ren set, run up BRC to bait the throw tech. I kind of mess with it. I kind of fuck with it. That's actually so cool. And that no OTG, we have to FD everything out here. Otherwise, we are just going to get tagged. We're running out of meter though, Dr. Doom. We can't FD forever. And that's the damage.
And the follow-up the Ren's in there will take you out. Oh, this is a set point for Kiet. And that 2S getting a counter off of a Storm right now. Death is not in their favor. Storm is looking a bit shaky. Oh, it's not Storm, it's Boat. I keep on forgetting.
It's Boat. Yeah, that's that same account. It's that same account jump scare. For saying what a 2H counter hit. Boat on the last life possible. And that is going to be Kiet taking it.
The Axe Bomba to finish it out. Oh man.
Sometimes it's all you need, a little bit of Axel Bomb or Axel Bomba.
Axel Bomba. Alright, starting off with Storm from Bark. Bark? Okay. Yes, Bark with Joe Brownie from Team Yokai, the GOAT, the Brownster, the one and only. We got the Valentine Showdown here, and both players are doing pretty amazing, with Storm starting to get some of the ram pressure going, but that pressure can't last forever, even with some meter. The counter is Speedo. Oh, that would definitely help. Got one of them swords back, but Joe Brown gets out of the corner, and now they're starting some of their offense. Sending out the goobers, sending out the minions, running away from anything. Oh man.
Given that RC just trying to get a couple more minions set up though. Got hit by the overhead. So you're going to be able to enforce our corner presence here. We're actually going to go for that wall break. Going to get that positive bonus. But again, Storm has that 100 meter to play with. So we can just PRC, do anything we really need to. But we might not need to use all of it.
Yes.
It did not kill.
What? No.
We have 50 meters, so we can just invul through the rock and spend the meter to keep ourselves safe.
That. What the fuck was that?
That's decision making right there.
That was crazy work.
Ended up not working out for Joe Brownie just yet. But hey, you know, that's the kind of options you need to represent. Just, you know, kind of, if you have it, just a bit of those out there options just to keep the Storm, you know, on its toes.
Yes, very much. And Storm, even with that low health, they still might be able to clutch it out, but Joe Brownie does have burst, they have meter. They can easily win this, and the backdash to the throw will do it for him, taking to round 3. God damn.
Alright, nice 5k round start there. Quick option just to beat any, you know, of the slower buttons Ramp might end up pressing. We're just seeing Joe Brownie just run that suffocating Jacko offense. So just rotating between that 2D and that tap dust option. Gonna be sending Storm through that wall, refilling all of those resources we just spent. And that's kind of a thing, just, you know, just modern Strive in general. It's such a attacker focused game. The second that you get, you know, any sort of wall break scenario, just due to that positive bonus with those looping resources. Going for that throw there, gonna be, and we're seeing that reversal super out yet again, except this time it's going to snipe, and that's going to be Joe Brownie taking the first game.
God damn.
Oh.
Alright then.
I left text on that I didn't mean to for the play for Joe Brownie.
It's fine. It
is a-okay. It's fixed now.
Duel 1.
Alright, we're getting started here. I like Storm just using that aerial movement, especially with that flip there, just to try to avoid any minions being thrown out and just try to get in, you know, at least a lot easier. But we're seeing Joe Brownie just barring out. There's a nice side swap as well, so we're just going to be able to enforce our corner presence really early here. sent through that wall. So again, you know, every time, you know, we just gotta loop those resources, you know, try to stay alive. Joe Brownie forced to spend that burst, have a couple of those minions up, a couple of those groupers, so we can threaten, you know, a lot of that, the hitboxes from.
Oh! The reversal super taking out the Jacko 2D. That was funny as hell. See,
It's okay, she had
Oh.
risk.
that was some Looney Tunes type shit. The scooch on in here. Oh, got hit by super. Oh man.
Oh, we're seeing some really nice defense from Storm there, just blocking that tap dust, just trying to stay alive. Can't block forever though. We ended up getting opened up eventually. And you know, Dr. Doom, we're seeing Joe Brownie just play kind of more passive on that neutral. We saw Joe Brownie just back up, just try to set up a couple minions the second, you know, Storm went into the air, because, well, you're gonna have to come down eventually.
Yes, very much. You can't stay flying forever, or you'll get too close to the sun and your wings will melt.
Ooh, the shimmy did not ended up finding its mark, but the 2D ended up doing it. Maybe thought we were going to go for a bit of a tap dust. That's going to be a big chunk of damage on the side of Joe Brownie. Just needs one more interaction here.
Having them throwing me, but it's Jacko. That's funny as hell.
Yo, whoa. Minion be upon ye as we're sending down that diagonal sword saying, whoa, sword explosion be upon ye. We're backdashing on the burst
We're
bait.
burst baiting.
It's going to be Joe Brownie sitting at a clean 2-0. Joe Brownie just sitting on the precipice of getting a clean 3-0 and moving into losers semis here tonight. You know, looking just to win those couple other sets to get back into that grand finals position that, honestly, Joe Brownie finds themselves in often.
Yes, very much. This is, all in all, a very interesting match in general. Storm does easily get the first round, but Joe Brownie in return comes back with a new download. And so it's pretty hard to consistently be beating Joe Brownie round for round. And we use the Far Slash to snipe the 2K. Alrighty then. Alright. First round, first Storm.
And that's something with Ram as well, is just, you know, the Far Slash is like deceptively fast, I feel.
It's 10 frames, so I don't blame you.
I'm gonna be honest, if that was 9 frames, I would believe you. If you said that was 9.
It'll be so dumb. Ugh. Makes me shiver.
What's making me shimmer is seeing how cold this gameplay is. We're using the shimmies. What an approach from a Storm there, just immediately reversing the situation, putting Joe Brownie in that corner. Joe Brownie does have burst, however, so we can just try to spend it to escape if we need to. But we don't end up needing to. That nice 5H, last hit of 5H ended up clipping us. Oh, and the reverse super clipped that high?
God damn. It looks like Storm now is getting a comeback here, taking the first taking game free? Getting a point on the board.
Showing some signs of life. And as well, thank you, Lilia Unleashed, for the follow. Hope you've been enjoying, you know, some of this amazing gear action that we've got going on. We're going into game 4 of Storm versus Joe Brownie Ram versus Jacko.
Yo dog, I got some news for you. You hit your mark, you got 100 followers now.
Yeah.
Good shit. Anyway, back onto these players here. Yes. Oh, the burst bait earlier ago. Oh, not looking too good for Storm. You have to be real careful here. Even with a point on the board, for Joe Brownie still has that advantage of 2 games ahead. But it looks like Storm is doing actually pretty fine against Joe.
Oh, but what a block on that cross-up flip, getting a nice IB there. Suddenly, you know, just needs to find some time to set up those minions, but, you know, Storm's just playing so aggressive and just trying not to let Joe Brownie have a second to even breathe. Trying to play that, but again, we see that 100 meter on the side of Joe Brownie. Not going to end up mattering, though, as Joe Brownie's on set point. Like saying, I just woke up. Hey, you know, you wake up and immediately see some of the amazing gear action on display here. You know, that's real. Hope you're having a good time.
Alright. Joe Brownie is fucking it up right now. The goobers are out, and they're goobering.
They're goobering indeed, as we're going to be getting a pile driver through that wall here. And that wasn't a lot of scaling because, again, that was a really no-hit combo, effectively. So just so much damage on that super. Joe Brownie needs one clean interaction. However, the reversal super comes out. We've seen Storm be so proficient with those.
This is all in all just an interesting match so far. A pretty good set in general. Joe Brown with the cross-ups. We didn't bait the burst. We're one hit away from death. We're throwing out all the swords though. We're trying to do everything. The kickflip and the 6P. Oh my gosh. We was scrambling there for a moment.
That was almost a tragic drop on the side of Storm, but able to clutch it out, able to bring it back. Now Storm also on set point, just needs to stay alive and needs to find a way to take it against Joe Brownie. But, we're at 50% life, and Joe Brownie's got that positive bonus, got full minion gauge, so we can kind of just start throwing around goobers, start making stuff happen. And getting a counter hit on that sword is going to be what lets us do it. We have 100 meter to play with, Dr. Doom.
We do. We can definitely fuck some shit up. Definitely see the BRC forward. We tried to burst the base, but didn't work. Burst the base. Bait the burst. Blah.
We're bursting the baits over here, but there's that YRC coming out. YRC trading. Storm wants to keep that corner pressure. Flip finds his marks, but we don't have a lot of swords. Nice counter hit, 5H. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna be a ton of damage. Burst coming back for Joe Brownie. We still have a chance.
We still have a chance to stay in the game. Gotta be real careful with that minion though. The minion in the air. The goober. The JD! No!
What an
And Joe
insane
Brown.
neutral situation.
Oh my gosh. If I was Storm right now, I'd be pretty fucking pissed losing to JD like that.
This is Mr. Bad Guy's Wild Ride, everybody. Looking at our winners finals match. Gonna be seeing a burst early, trying to enforce some corner presence, but what a burst bait from Test Your Luck. Suddenly Wild is on an insane back foot. Just looking at that 50 meter coming up from Test Your Luck shortly. This is gonna be rough.
Very much. They got mix-ups. They got everything going. They tried to Fukio back far slash, as but Wild counter with dash up far slash, tech the throw, and the 6H OTG.
Feels like a Nago moment more than anything.
It's a Nago moment that I personally hate, but hey, it's whatever.
From the sets I've seen recently, Test Your Luck seems to struggle against Geo, but it's still Nago. Yeah, and I feel like you kind of have that situation as well, where sometimes you might not know the matchup as well, or you just kind of struggle against it. But your character can also it has the tools to succeed regardless. Which is definitely a strong position to be in if you're Test Your Luck here in this situation, because you're looking for every advantage you can get.
That's a very elaborate way to say you were carried, but maybe I'm just being mean.
I was never saying that.
I mean, that's what I'd be saying. Your character can carry you through this matchup. You don't have to know the matchup that well.
Oh, we're seeing Wild with a nice just run up here, just being really aggressive there. Look at that, maybe Test Your Luck not willing to press as many buttons here. What a nice throw, just resetting that pressure. Nice catching that backdash with that 2S, going to go for that wall break, going to go for that kill. That's going to be Wild taking the first game. And as that instant replay is playing and we're getting into our second game here, so I want to remind everybody, exclamation point bracket, to take a look at our top 8 here tonight. I see somebody's already put it in chat already. But as well, exclamation point Matcherino, to take a look at our Matcherino here for tonight. Take a look. We have some sponsor quests going. and as well exclamation point Discord to join the Discord as we're getting into our second game here with Wild immediately doing dash up far slash to try to catch something, but we're seeing Test Your Luck play pretty patient.
Yes, very much. And with a character like Giovanna, you have to wait your turn. Once you throw a big bun like that, you have to be patient. But Test Your Luck doesn't care. Oh, that combo! Holy crap! Taking the first round. My god. Ooh, a nice 6 beat. That didn't counter hit? I'm shocked.
Yeah, we're seeing some nice, Lila said it in chat, but excellent meter management. But yeah, we're just seeing, Test Your Luck as well, with that blood. Just we're cooking up, trying to stay on level 3 when we can, and then, if we go lower, we're just sending it.
Fucking we ball. And Wild is going in here, getting a good few hits against Test Your Luck. They still have meter on deck. They use it from YRC. The Beyblade, we're trying to bait the burst. Okay. The BRC, that blood is cranking. We're at very high blood here, and this is a bad situation to be at such high blood. We're pressing buttons, and we're getting clipped. Oh no. The burst. What's up with the rollback? Oh. I hope that's stream and not client. That's stream side, not player side, because that looked a little shaky there.
At least I didn't notice anything, unless I'm blind, so we might be good. Either way, though, looks like Wild's not going to be good with the amount of damage we're getting hit with, and that's looking to be Test Your Luck, evening up the score.
Yeah, I think it's my side then. I think it's just being a bit weird. Sometimes you forget how good Nago can be. That is very true. Nago can be a very, very strong character to fight against. Even if you're fighting against our top tiers and whatnot, Nago can easily just slice right through them.
Yeah, 100%. Nago can just be goated when he needs to, especially, when you're out here just baiting bursts like that. You're able to just kind of shimmy back with that Fukio backward, just beating, there's a throw option there, just anything Wild wanted to do, just get out of that range, especially with Gio with a stubbier character.
Yes, very much. Did that kill? No, it doesn't.
At level
but very close.
Would have,
though. The Beyblade clipping out the far slash there, taking the first round. Test Your Luck here is doing real good. And namesake wise, they are testing their luck.
Especially
US
with
5H.
Immediately going into that high blood mode. Never mind, we're not testing it anymore. We just go into that bite. Suddenly, that is Test Your Luck, getting another game on the board.
They testing their luck, and it looks like it's working out for their favor. It's now what, 2-1 in their favor?
Yeah, it is 2-1 Test Your Luck's favor, and say a lot of that gambling with a lot of that casino game plan, like the Beyblade and then the follow up with the DP. But it's also just those BRC bites that are helping us just reset from those dire straight situations where we want to lower our blood quickly.
Yes, very much. We block the gold burst, but in return we get first baited. High blood again. Gotta be real careful. You lose some of your guts and some of your health. Be real careful. Ooh, counter hit. Super? I don't think it will kill though. It does do some good damage. The throw! Ooh! Okay.
Actually, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by they just got good modifiers this match?
What do you mean by that?
Either way, though. Ooh, 6H, nice 6H on that, that 5P attempt. Just again, just calling out anything Wild wants to do with that Fukio back. We've seen Test Your Luck represented a few times, but Wild's able to escape. Going to be sending Test Your Luck through the wall. Trying to run our own game plan. Maybe we see reversal super or maybe some other kind of send it option. Just playing that patient neutral. We have 100 meter to play with, but we have to be scared. We have 100 blood. But again, there's those bites. never expected. There's those bites just randomly jump scaring us when we expected, you know, maybe a close slash. Something that's gonna let Test Your Luck stay alive so far.
Yes, very much. But we're popping blood. We test our luck too much. This is not looking good. And I think that'll kill. We're taking it to game 5 here. God damn.
And one thing you saw as well, just Wild making the most out of that situation, you'll see in the instant replay, but Wild actually just goes for that reset to just reset that scaling while the health's ticking down, so we are able to get that kill.
Yes, very much. A very risky, but a play that worked out for them very well.
That brings us to another game 5 here on Mr. Badguy's Wild Ride number 16. Heading into our final game of winners finals. Winner of this again goes into grand finals, and the loser will have to make that loser's run. We'll see who gets to do it. Test your luck, having a strong start with that bite. We're gonna be able to just ball out.
When we ball. At the Mecca, you said earlier, or that what was it, last stream you made it to 3 hours and 30 minutes?
Correct.
I think we might break that.
We might. I think the one before that was 4.
Oh, okay, damn. I don't know if we're gonna break 4, but who knows.
I'm still salty about nerfing Nago's Heavy Slash Fukio cancel. I feel like that was a common sentiment, especially among like the season 4 changes. Was people just didn't like a lot of the changes that just affected the soul of the character, or like just a lot of the fun stuff they can do.
As much as I miss it, I do miss that shit heavily. It is one thing too where that pressure with Naga was very much scary to deal with and very easy of just doing 2S 5H Fukio back. Heck, obviously for combo games off of, you know, counter and 2S, it was definitely nice having more leniency with it and whatnot, but you still can combo off your heavy slash normals and you can do stuff. It definitely is sad that they can't do much off of heavy slash anymore, but the old pressure of 2S 5H Fukio back and whatnot, stuff like that was incredibly hard to deal with for the opponent, even just, you know, matchup wise.
And that is Test Your Luck not letting Wild get that comeback and get into grand finals here tonight.
Yeah. What was I going to say? But yeah.
Goes out here. We've seen some very clean Axel gameplay from Kiet throughout the night, but Joe Brownie has been having a strong showing as usual. So let's see what happens.
Thanks very much. Laying down some pressure here. Yeah, bursting, which is not a bad spot to be at right now.
Yeah,
He's not really having the opportunity to throw up. It's not looking good for him.
Seeing that tornado come out earlier, just trying to just set up space so Joe Brownie just can't just run up or just try to set up those minions. We're seeing some of that Rensen looping. Oh, nice minion going over that tornado, just so we don't have to actually deal with any of that Axel zoning. We can kind of just lock Axel down from full screen. Allows us to get in this situation here where suddenly we're throwing Axel through that wall, where we're filling that meter, we're getting that positive bonus, and we have a chance to take it.
Indeed. Both players are equally low health. It just matters who gets that counter hit. And it looks like Kiet will baiting Joe Brownie's burst, which is not great going into second row with no burst against Axel. Whatever pressure or whatever combo you get into, you have to hold that. It's not getting real good, but Joe Brownie does not care. They're still going in. Goodness.
Going in indeed, unfortunately gets forced out by a couple unfortunate counter hits. So now suddenly looks like we're getting the full route. We got 15 meter to play with, and this is going to be Kiet taking game 1 against Joe Brownie in a very convincing fashion.
This is definitely a very interesting match so far. Gale looks real comfortable, to be honest. Not really caring about minions or any kind of like Draco setups. They're just going in.
they're just kind of just not caring at all. Again, just sniping Jacko there with that JS. Just getting rid of that minion in the process. Deflect shield. Ooh! Nice 2H there. Just snipes through all of those minions. I feel like, you know, Jacko has a rough time just due to how those normals work.
Looks like now Joe Bryan has Kia in the corner, but he has a decent bit of health to work with. Well, looks like now they're at equal footing. Actually, no, they're not. Looks like Joe Bryan will have the health advantage here. They're bringing it down on it.
Gonna be coming out with that health we need, as we were talking about, with like the health difference there. We also have that positive bonus. We have a lot of those resources to make something happen. But we see it just Kiet being really active on that, especially on that offense, just baiting that burst. And just kind of cook it up again, feeling comfortable.
Yeah. Even with being at low health, they still are not really scrambling to get that win. They're doing pretty fine. Dealing with Joe Brownie here. Joe Brownie is kind of struggling to get in here, there, and keeping pressure going. And plus, they've been burst baited twice, which is not a good spot to be in.
Yeah,
that mental stack is getting cranked.
That throw, especially with that RC applied, is gonna let Kiet move on to game 3, on the verge of getting a 3-0 against Joe Brownie, which is no small feat.
Definitely looking very interesting here, how this will go.
But hey, we've seen Joe Brownie come back from tougher situations.
Very much. We'll definitely have to wait and see what happens. This might be the final game, or Joe Brownie might be able to clutch it up and take it to game 5, potential for reverse for Yellow, but we'll just wait and see.
That just finds its mark. It's a insanely rough move to react to. Kiet spends that burst trying to just get saved this round, salvage it. Joe Brownie does not want to be in a last round situation, spends that burst almost immediately. Just trying to find a way to get in and stay in, but these Axel normals are decimating us.
They are pretty strong right now. Oh, that counter 2D! That might be the start of Joe Brownie getting the win here. Real close.
We still need to get that one hit, and we've seen how masterfully Kiet has been locking Joe Brownie out, but we're just in a rough situation here, especially with those minions on the field. We can just kind of enforce our presence from anywhere, especially with them now being immortal. Just trying to do a little bit of a run-up. And that, again, that was that one interaction that started all that.
Very much. That was definitely a very close game there. And now it looks like Joe Brownie is starting to get some momentum. It looks like they're slowly starting to get that ball rolling. Slowly starting to get in, and oh no!
Alright, we're going to be resetting with Joe Brownie's going to be up a round. So we're just going to quickly get through this first round here. The 6H Olympics.
Get the most kicks in.
Alright, and now we're back to actual gaming.
Alright, and back to the actual match here. And that counter at JS. Oh no. Already, this looks like in Kiet's favor right now. They're just getting some good combos off, some good damage, some good hits. So Brownie's starting to get in. It's kind of impossible right now. The time stop, the damage will be insane. They tried to bait the burst again, but we're not letting shit repeat.
Joe Brownie still has a chance. Just can't get clipped once. It's a good way to get it started. We don't have enough meter for that reversal super. We've seen that Kiet love to represent. But that YRC is going to let us stay alive. And that's an unfortunate trade, putting Kiet on set point to get into losers finals. And that is an unfortunate burst bait. Maybe a bit of tilt coming in, a bit of that mental coming in from that Strive Earth.
this is going to be interesting. Yep, might take it 3-0. But Joe Brownie's trying their best. They're trying their hardest to stay in.
And what it's going to come down to is just Joe Brownie playing extremely patient. We can't get caught doing really anything too risky, especially at this life total, because one hit could do it. We have enough meter for that reversal super, and we've seen it love to represent. What a YRC bait, but just not able to find the punish, and in a heartbreaker. Ket takes it 3-0. That is actually tragic with Strive servers.
Yeah. That
had some great matches here tonight. We're starting off with Ket on that Axel yet again. We got Wild on that Giovanna. Again, it's a run back. You know, that winner's semis match. Wondering if Ket's made any adaptations needed between the set.
Yeah. We'll definitely wait and see. I mean, Ket's on the roll right now. They've been messing players up. And they have really good spacing. And that reversal super will stop Wild in their tracks. Doesn't quite kill, but it does get that momentum. Thus carrying on. That snowballing. And that JP, okay. The JP to finish out the first round of the first game loser. It's final. Blech.
When you're in that situation there, you know Wild likes and kind of has to just jump around there if you're not dash blocking. So that JP just to cover that horizontal distance is definitely welcome.
Yes, very much. And Wild is dashing and getting a good combo here, there. And a perfect, okay.
Okay, Wild, I see you. You know, there, get that nice wall stick. Some nice damage on the board. Just needs maybe a couple more clean interactions just because that burst. Some meter get built here. Gonna maybe spend it on some time stop shenanigans. But oh no, we're just actually throwing out the reversal super immediately. Again, we've seen Ket love to represent that on that defense, especially with Axel, you know, not having too many great defensive tools.
We tried to do cross up JH, but gets hit by the super. But we dropped the combo, or maybe it was a reset. Depends how you look at it. But either way, Wild takes the first game. My goodness gracious. Holy cow.
Wild looking to get that run back with tester luck and quite expeditiously.
I know after this after this tourney, after this whole almost 4 hours of commentary, I'm zonked. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yo dog, I got work in the morning. I'm gonna go watch some anime and I'm just gonna like exist. But not before we get through this amazing gear we got up here. We got Ket cooking up. Unfortunately had lost that first game against Wild. But we've seen some amazing gameplay as well. Again, look at that back throw. We're pushing Wild back into that corner. It's a wild ride out here.
Yes, and no way does that hit. It does!
It hits, but because of that side swap, we don't get as much damage out of it, and we also almost got punished for it.
The first hit didn't do hard knockdown, and the recovery really did mess you up there.
Throwing that tornado out there, trying to get everything started. We see Wild just hopping over it, hop, skip, and a jump over to that wall splat scenario where we just need that one more clean hit to send Ket through the wall. Especially with that meter we have to play with, we can kind of just choose to spend it. Choose to spend a burst here just to keep that corner presence, but Ket blocking the 50-50.
Okay. Well, looks like they get taken out by 2K. They onto round 3 here. Try to go for the overhead round start, but get taken out by 2S. We're not doing overhead round start like that. Okay. Very risky move.
Send out that spiral arrow that Garu dog just sent through it. Oh my god, it's Street Fighter loops all over again. We have burst built up. Surely we...
Speaking
What a
of
burst bait.
We baited. We baited the burst. This. Ugh. We
I
might
like
not
that.
even see a fourth game. This might just be a 3-0.
I like what I'm seeing from Wild there. You saw that awareness. Just like, alright, Kiet's building that burst back. I know that Kiet wants to escape badly. And, you know, I've represented throw like 3 times in a row here. So I'm just going to back it up, play a bit patient. If they don't burst, I'm close enough to the point where I have enough meter, I can just play the neutral anyway. But if they do burst, I win. So it was an insanely heads-up play.
Very much. This definitely so far been a very fun match to watch so far. With Wild going in, running down some of that geo pressure. Well, Kiet has to be real careful. Even though they do have good spacing buttons, in return those buttons are very slow. Very hard to contest with some of Giovanna's pressure. And we're just getting mixed.
It's going to be a fair amount of damage here. Burst is not on deck for Kiet, so it's going to be a 1 interaction scenario. And that little stutter step throw is going to put Wild on set point on the verge of a 3-0 to get into grand finals. Burst is going to be slowly making its way back for Kiet, so we're going to have that in, you know, as a consideration as we're playing our neutral here and as we're playing our offense. So if you're Wild, you're looking to get another bait.
This definitely does look interesting here. Kiet might get some momentum back. They might be able to take a round here. I think they do. Nice. Live a perfect on top of it as well. Kiet's not out yet.
Hey, and if you need anything to get your comeback started, a perfect is just what you need, especially if your mental is starting to take a hit from just the verge of a 3-0. You know, it's definitely that little pick-me-up you might need.
See what happens. Right now, Kiet's in the corner, and Wild is getting in. They just need to get one good counter, and that might be it. But they drop. Oh no!
Unfortunate drop scenario. But we don't have enough meter to do the super, so Wild still has a chance. Needs to play around that tornado, needs to play around that Rensen. We have the meter just to send it in the super. It finds its mark. We're close enough to get that wall break. So that's going to be that hard knockdown. We have that positive bonus coming up, but Deflect Shield is online for Kiet, so we just need to be aware of it. We have that throw. We have the meter to convert it. Burst is going to just not come back. And that is Wild, taking it 3-0 against Kiet. Also, I realized Joe Brownie's like top 4, not top 3. I misspoke. My apologies, chat. I forgot how a bracket works. All right, everybody. It has all come to this moment in Mr. Badguy's Wild Ride number 16. You got Test Your Luck on that Nagoriyuki on that winner's side in Grand Finals fighting Wild. This is a run back from Winners Finals. Wild looking to get that revenge from that Winners Finals match. Had to make that loser's run, had to fight, had to get over Kiet to get here. So we're just going to see how well we can take it, see if we can secure that Grand Finals reset and then the win. But, you know, it's looking fairly even right now.
Yes, very much. Even with Naga in high blood, the moment you get a combo off, Naga is dead. But the moment you get hit by that Beyblade in Seishu, you are also dead! And Test Your Luck taking the first round of Grand Finals. God damn.
And we're seeing just kind of that send it, especially what a counter hit DP. We're playing just a really fast and loose here. Wild needs to find that adjustment. What a 6P here, just resetting our pressure. Deflect Shield not pushing us out far enough. Wild has a chance though. This route is gonna let us get our own game plan started. We don't have a lot of those reversal options available to us. Not enough meter for reversal super. We could Deflect Shield if need be. What a block on the backdash BRC.
Trying to bait the burst, alright. Either way. Hey, we're going to a round 3 here. Both players are playing absolutely phenomenally right now. The air combos, yo! Let's go! You'll love to see it.
They look good, they feel good, and they also, I think, just are good. But either way, with a nice wall stick with a 6H, that's going to be Test Your Luck taking the first game of Grand Finals. Mr. Badguy's Wild Ride number 16.
Oh my goodness. One game out of many need to potentially win this. We'll just have to wait and see what happens though.
Just have to wait and see what happens indeed, if there's anybody that can make those adaptations in order to secure the victory.
Mankind.
It's going to be wild. We're going to just see what we end up doing to make that happen. Because again, you know, Test Your Luck is just playing so incredibly strong right now. And also just, they're just warmed up because, you know, they just got done that Gorilla Gambit set.
They're fired up right now. But so is Wild. They just came out from loser's side fighting Kiet. And so they're also revved up too. They're doing their best. They ducked underneath the far slash like that. Okay. The air combos.
What a nice overhead route here. Gonna get that wall break and the kill. Staying alive tonight. Looking to even up that score. Again, just inch closer and closer to that reset. Every interaction, every hit is closer to putting Test Your Luck in the loser's side of the bracket. Trying to secure that win, and that side swap is a good way to start it. Gonna be getting that positive bonus, getting that 50 meter here shortly soon enough. We can just start mixing, doing a little big mixy wixy.
Yes, very much. And oh, a nice counter far close slash. This might actually kill ya. It does! God damn! Okay. A good combo there, take it to a round 3 again. A very much in the Goriyuki moment. Death Bro? Okay.
Yuki truly embodying the description of a one-shot character. You opened up and then you just die. But hey, not if Wild has anything to say about it, because it honestly looks like, you know, Wild looks so dominant on the offense here. And then, again, there's that YRC, and they're going to see Test Your Luck just trying to open up Wild, and here it is, right? Like, it's that one interaction that happens, and then suddenly, you know, just the round's over.
Yes, and oh my gosh! In the middle, second half far switch recovery, they managed to get close slash off. Oh my fucking gosh. This is okay. Hold on, I need to calm down for a moment. Oh.
Bro's too hype.
I'm too hyped for my Nago goat. They are one game away from winning the Wild Ride.
They're oh so close. Just need to get one more win against Wild, but Wild, this is a situation where you look at, again, you just, I know I say it a lot, you know, on these Wild Ride streams, but you look at the score, and you're like, yo, they got dumpstered. But, you know, Wild's been cooking up. It's been an insanely close set.
Just because it was a 3-0 does not mean it was an absolute, you know, one-sided fight. Both players played their heart out.
And we're seeing it here now with Wild just looping that insanely suffocating Giovanna pressure, going for that throw. Ooh, Garudog hits that backdash with a wall stick. Gonna be securing that round, staying alive yet again. But we've seen how this goes. Just need to make sure we don't let Test Your Luck take 2 rounds. And especially, you know, in a situation where if you're low on life, or you can just start gambling, it's gonna be rough.
Yes, very much. Gets hit by that cross-up overhead. We wire see the stop zone of that Giovanna pressure just to let us breathe for a moment here. Ooh, okay. Oh, we didn't get anything off the 2K. Now I got hold of a little bit more of Wild's pressure here. They had the burst on that 2S or they would have died, but the JS! Oh.
A bit of a hero burst here, and now Test Your Luck is on tournament point and Wild has no burst. Counter hit DP starter. There's that bite. We can just start gambling.
This looks so heavy in Test Your Luck's favor right now. Oh, all they need is one more good counter hit. One more way to open up Wild and they can win this. But Wild too, they might have a slim chance here. They just need to get some good hits in themselves. But this might be a perfect.
Wild needs to stay alive, but we can gamble. And there's that overhead. Test Your Luck takes Mr. Badguy's Wild Ride number 16 in a 3-0 fashion. Insanely strong gameplay here tonight. And as always, It's been great to see.